All right, and we're live and detoxing from caffeine.
Yes, bear with
Dear
us,
God.
please. Welcome back to the GamePhans live streaming. We're playing more of Kingdom Hearts number 1. Final mix, I believe, right?
Oh, look at that! I got a notification about being live.
Oh, wow. It is a special day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. Hello, Eric Lowry says, "Hey guys, good to see you're streaming tonight."
Good to see you in chat.
Yeah, we gotta get back to work doing these Ganon live streams. Finishing up Kingdom Hearts.
Did we not? Oh yeah. Okay, we didn't stream yesterday. That's right.
Yeah.
All right, bink bink bonk. Let's get some bink bink bonk.
Bonk in the chat. Hey Nova says, "Could it be me catching a stream early?"
Exciting.
Goddamn.
Welcome. How was Lady Ballers? I've heard mixed reviews. It was
pretty funny.
It was pretty funny. Yeah, I think it was a competently done movie. Like it's like your standard comedy. It's just that
I was surprised how funny it was for like an indie movie by a conservative company.
it was. I mean, it was well shot. It looked like a real movie. It wasn't like a bunch of like stupas with camcorders or something.
Yeah, I will say the criticism that a lot could be cut out of the movie is 100% true. There's a lot that just kind of doesn't need to be in the movie. The way that they end the movie is really weird.
Is it just me or does this look bad?
What do you mean?
Like the graphics look bad? Like I feel like there's a lot of jaggies.
Looks about the way Kingdom Hearts looks.
Okay.
It's an old game, right?
No, it doesn't. Look at the picture in the save state. It looks so smooth.
Well, it is smaller.
That don't. There's something off.
Do you want to change your graphics?
I don't think they. This is an emulated game, so there's no.
Yeah, so.
Well, anyway, I apologize for looking like shit, but I'm too stupid to fix it. I'm like thinking. I'm like in the mode of like, oh, let me get my cards out, but I don't have those.
Right. But yeah, Lady Bowler's had its funny moments. I think there are a lot of scenes in the movie that work as just like offshoot bits rather than in the movie.
Yes, but also
It was super parody-like, so it's not like really meant for you to take it seriously.
I don't know. I would disagree. I had that thought about some of the scenes, but the movie really
like the scene with the Jeremy's razors, where they like
sure.
name drop
No.
it,
I understand
they also
that.
cut away
Right.
to do a bit.
Yeah, I got it. But they had a lot more cohesion to the movie than I think a lot of comedies do. Like there was a real cohesion to it.
Yeah. Well, obviously, more than just a comedy, they're also making a point, and I think that they sufficiently made their point.
Yeah, they had a shockingly like sweet ending. I was not just with the basketball players, but the conversation he has with the friend. It's like, you know, I don't know. It was. I could relate to like having friends kind of like get wrapped up in stuff that wasn't super good for them, and like it felt very genuine.
Yeah, I really did like the scene where they have the little girls substitute in for them, and then the other players decide to just like let them have fun.
And there's also something to keep in mind is the Jeremy guy, the person who like owns the company. That's what he started off doing, is writing screenplays. To be fair though, like I think if I was gonna improve it, a lot of times you have like boring sections in a plot or something, and then the really simple advice is just cut it out, like skip from interesting thing to interesting thing.
I don't think the boring was the problem. If anything, I think that it was very fast paced.
Yeah, I thought it was really. Structurally, I thought the movie was fine. Look, the plot all came together. I'll like step in for like 5 minutes to watch some kind of bullshit that some kind of bullshit that like someone in my family is watching from like Netflix or whatever, and it's like a fever dream. There's like no real cohesion to like how it's put together, and like I think it's like I think you can kind of make something like almost super followable to the point where it's like for children, and I think there are some people that like that is kind of their attention span is that of a child. I think it's just like how maybe just people are at that point now where they just have a child's attention span, and so you gotta make your stuff for children. Like a lot of Instagram content is like, you know, they just like. So I don't know. Maybe there's some amount of craft in doing that, and they're sort of missing that, but yeah, I mean, like you said, you could edit out like, yeah, like a lot of the movie. The movie comes to almost 2 hours. You could probably cut that down.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like 2 hours though because it's so fast paced, but you can tell when a scene is there and it's like doesn't need to be there.
I was.
Nova says, "Oh, since the other novelist is here, mind if I ask a question?"
Go ahead. Who's the other novelist?
Ask whatever questions you'd like, Nova. We're all ears. Or eyes, I guess, since we're reading comments.
You write novels too?
Nova's asking, do you have any tips on writing prologues?
Why are you writing a prologue? What's the prologue for? Like what? Why does that exist? Because asking that question sounds like you feel like there's supposed to be a prologue, and it's feeling unnatural, and you want to know how. Whereas like, I feel like if you're writing an epilogue or a prologue, it's because it has to be there, and you just have no other choice.
Or it feels natural being there.
You know, I'll just heal myself. Fuck these guys.
Yeah. Do it all by myself.
Yeah, that was cheeky.
Yeah, fair.
How did you get up?
I don't even know. Maybe the game just took pity on you. Maybe they're only down for a certain amount of time. Yeah, there's Donald now.
What is this, casual mode? They're just getting
keep in
up?
mind, of course, it's a Disney game made for kids, right? So.
I could like, I have room.
So basically, just never heal Donald and Goofy, because eventually they'll just get up on their own.
Oh my god, I'm getting so cocky. Now I lose, basically, right?
have that much health left. He's just very tanky. Ooh, that was, yeah.
No, I just started playing bad for no reason.
Nova says, why I want to create an interest at the start with something that will be revealed at a later date.
Okay.
Plant the seeds for something for later, I suppose.
I don't know. I should preface this by saying I feel like every time I receive writing advice, I hate it. Not all the time, but like I feel like a lot of writing advice I see or whatever it always, I don't know.
Sometimes I feel like I don't really know how to properly give the advice. Like, people have asked me how to write dialogue and make it feel natural, and I'm like, ugh. Well, you just gotta kind of understand the characters and how they talk, and that's like about as much advice as I can give them, you know? And sometimes things are just a little bit difficult
Yeah.
to explain.
It's also like my like, I don't know, like me giving advice is like kind of yeah. I don't know. I'm like just like, you know, my I guess just I take it with the caveat of like, what the fuck do I know? But
You're a writer of 3 books.
Yeah.
Plus a comic.
I don't know. There's people who've written a lot of books that still suck dick. It's like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm. I don't know if writing a lot of books makes you qualified. I'd like to think that I have like I have a high standard for like what I actually produce.
Right. And I similarly would like to think that each comic I'm getting better and better, so the more I've done is actually meaningful.
It's equally plausible that I'm just a slow piece of shit. But, yeah. Anyway. How to write a prologue. Well, you want to create interest for something that happens later. So... Well, here's what you don't do, I guess. Maybe this is easier. Don't make it in the dark. Make it easy to read. And I know that sounds silly, but like, yeah, it has to be easy to read. Ooh.
Make it cool. So that people want to read the prologue and don't just skip it like I very often do.
Yeah, I think a lot of prologues are bad. Yeah. Cocky.
I think if you properly set up like this air of, ooh, look at this, you want to know more about this, don't you? Then maybe the prologue is worth reading. Oh, you're very close.
Donald already down? Jesus.
He sucks, yeah. I mean, they both suck.
He's like,
What
he's...
are you gonna do?
Okay,
Hey,
here we go.
Goofy,
Give me a little
Go get him,
distraction,
buddy.
Goofy.
Oh man, Goofy, you got it. Just... Oh my god, you're gonna do it!
Oh shit.
You're gonna do it! You're gonna do it!
80 experience.
Nice.
Fuck my.
Oh hi, Horror Honeydew. Welcome to chat.
I haven't forgotten about giving advice. I'm still thinking more. By the way.
We'll get there.
Don't worry. I'll be talking about this all night now. I'll be like going back to it a million times. So.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know, speaking of grease and stuff.
Uh-huh.
The real Hercules had a big log of he didn't use a sword, he used a big club, and his club was made out of fig wood, which is apparently hard, and it's like a crime to cut down fig trees because figs are so tasty according to Romans and the Greeks and everything, and there's like, you know, different people that cut down fig trees and got in trouble or whatever. It's like illegal. Yeah. And right now I'm eating a fig.
Yum, yum.
And it's okay. You know, it's like fine. I don't know about so good. I would arrest someone and throw them in prison for cutting down a tree that could grow this, but
well, if it were like a big thing in the market, a big export, maybe it makes some amount of sense. But
yeah. Oh, anyway. Let's see what this guy's talking about.
So close. All right.
So what he's saying is you have time to save and then go back in to help.
Basically, get your shit back. Smack yourself a couple times. Pull yourself together, kid. You got bitches to fight.
I think, you know, probably the best person to give advice on what kind of prologue you should be writing is someone who is like a reader more than a writer. So but generally I would say, like, was that Hemingway quote, damn easy reading is damn hard writing, something like that.
Yeah, right.
It's got to be really easy to read. That's my thinking. When I was writing, like, the beginning of Slayer in the White Valley, that's what I was really paying attention to, is I didn't want my style to be too I don't know, obtuse. Like, I didn't want to do anything too complicated and too, like, interesting with the intro, because I wanted it to be very easily readable. Because people are going to be adjusting from reading a Facebook post to reading the intro of the book, right? You know what I mean? They're adjusting from reading advertisements and whatever, like, random things around, and then they're going to adjust to your writing style. And you want that to be you don't want that to be a bumpy ride. It's always going to be a little bit difficult to adjust to someone's writing style. Me personally, if I start reading something and it's too simple, then I just think that whoever wrote it is a moron, and then I just stop reading. But at the same time, if it insists upon itself, if it's too self-indulgent, then it's just like,
yeah,
you know, it'll be a miserable. It'll be a misery to read.
Right.
So not that you can't have. I don't know. And, you know, this is, again, the advice of someone who's no goddamn idea what they're doing. Or could, as far as you know, could be a complete fucking retard. I would say that certain moments in the book can be a bit, you know, what do you call it? Overwritten. But not the intro. You can't be trying to be, like, can't be cosplaying Shakespeare from, like, page 1.
Yeah, don't be pretentious.
So what does easy reading look like? I don't know, man. As far as the whole concept of a prologue, I would say if you really feel like it is absolutely necessary and that is the destiny of your book, do it. Otherwise, the reader wants to know who the characters are that they're supposed to care about, and so someone like Trisha might just skip over the prologue because they don't care. Or I always skim like the first chapters where it's like it's in the dark and the villain is like, ooh, I have the power, or like the talent. It's like,
Yes,
oh,
the cliche of the villains moving
this
in the dark.
this is the key word.
This is the name of the title.
This is the keyword that will come up later. This is like what the mana is called or something. They'll be like, and you can't. It's like written super like you don't know what the fuck is going on in the.
Hey, sketchy drawer. Welcome to
Hey.
chat. Notice as main critique I've heard, I've used way too many pronouns. I'm not sure how to get around them.
Like too many he's and too many she's.
Well, you can mix it up by descriptions and their names. Just so long as you're getting a good balance so that nobody loses track of who somebody is. But then again, this is coming from someone who writes comics. I guess it is also somewhat relevant in comics, because they do have to include scenes in which characters call each other by their names, so that the reader can know who's who. Nova says, I mean, what I was thinking for my prologue is the main villain talking to himself. Probably is, I don't want to reveal his name. Oh, problem is, I assume Nova meant?
Well, you just give him a different name. The man in the cloak.
Yes.
Right? Something like
The
that.
unnamed man.
No, man.
The silhouette.
You could,
who spoke.
the careful man. The particular man. Whatever. That almost, it seems...
Yeah. Come up with a descriptor.
What's the guy in Mass Effect? That guy sounded really cool, and he didn't have a name. Elusive Man. The Elusive Man. That was a cool name. This... I'm not gonna lie, this boss fight sucks. This is... I'm really... I'm just noticing that it's bad. It's not... I don't have a problem with it. I'm just saying, like...
Yeah, it could
This...
be better, huh?
This is bad. I do like Cerberus, but if this was like a pink pony or something, I would be like, this is so bad. Like I'd be so upset. But I'm just noticing like just. I guess you have to hit him in the face because that's the only place I can lock onto. Did I iframe that? Oh, new things.
Ooh,
Okay, alright.
Special.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, out of range.
That was a good choice. Alright.
I'm starting to think maybe I don't
made
need to be
this
locked on.
Cerebus so buff. Yeah.
Did I save state? I did, didn't I? But I think I save stated like in a time. It doesn't matter really.
Sketchy Drawer asks, what type of breed could Cerebus be? Cerberus, my bad.
I don't know.
I would think because of like the ears and facial structure, like some sort of Dane, but then like that musculature makes me think like, I don't know, pit bull or Rottweiler or something. Got them trap muscles.
Maybe a Mastiff? Some particular Mastiff? Rottweiler seems right. But yeah, it does have the kind of posture of a Dane, too.
Yeah, well, I just mean like the musculature reminds me of that dog. The ears are more like thin and pointed, which is why I was thinking like Dane.
Okay. Okay, maybe I do need to lock on. Just a pain that I have to always select the head.
Maybe a bloodhound? But
What's the joke?
because, you know, dead.
You don't have any blood when you're dead.
Well.
If you were like...
What if you were sacrificed?
If you were like a Tartar hound or something, I'd be like, I'm in. Oh my god, I can do that? Alright, this boss is suddenly super cool. I was able to like get on his back, kind of. I can't double jump or anything, right? So it might not be intentional that you can get on his back, but I think you can. No. Nah.
That would be fun if you could ride his back and just like beat his heads.
Oh, I should have known that's what was coming. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's a good question. Like, what is the best thing to put in the beginning of a book? Oh, well, I guess here's... You know what? Why don't you read the beginning of my last book, and then you tell me if I have any advice I could possibly give you. if if the beginning of the book is any good, then I can tell you my thought process, I guess. Otherwise, you know. Oh.
And you can read that book on Atomizer at atomizer.com.
Yeah, the intro is actually on that, yeah. That's pretty quick. Okay.
Oof. Fucked over by the wall.
Oh, right, jump. Okay, Donald, welcome back. I guess I might as well read chat.
A saucy black and white pinup of the author. Hell yeah. That's a great way to open up your book.
Oh, fuck. Chat, why'd you do that to me?
Sketchy Drawer says, I like when the title of said media is used in the story itself. For example, I like how Horizon Quest ended, personally. It was a really sweet, heartwarming ending.
Ever since, like, the Family Guy episode where they say, oh, they said the title or whatever.
They said the thing.
I swear to God, like when people hear that I'm a writer, they're like, oh, you better not do that. Like, without ever reading anything I've written, they've given me that advice, which is the most unhinged thing I think you could possibly say is like, well, there was a Family Guy episode. I'm an expert. You shouldn't do this. So I don't know.
To be fair, we didn't actually say the words Horizon Quest in the comic.
Not precisely,
but we show what the meaning is, and then when you understand the meaning of it, that's what's the heartwarming part.
Yeah, that was actually that wasn't something I thought of for the ending itself. That was actually what it was supposed to represent.
Yeah. And obviously a book is not worse just because you say the words from the title in the actual story.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's also like I'm not like convinced by people like that. I just you just
sometimes it's cheesy, and you can like argue when it's cheesy, but yeah.
It's good to as a writer. I think critique is probably in a lot of fields this is true, but as a writer, it's very important to take in lots of critiques and to know what bad critiques are. Yeah. And so it helps to remember what a stupid critique is, so that when you get a critique and you're not quite sure, did they do that to me, or was that just a glitch? Was that like on purpose they lifted me up on their snout?
I don't know.
But you saw that I was
I think
standing
that was
on there.
A little bit glitchy.
Yeah, but that was
says,
cool.
Title drops are fun to look out for as a reader, as long as they're not silly and contrived. And then he quotes, "What are we, some kind of Suicide Squad?" Yeah, that summarizes when it can be cheesy very easily. Our honeydew says Ahsoka had a character say, "We're in the Star Wars." That is really funny. Pretty hard boss. Gotta say.
It's not really.
Well, it's hard because of the massive amounts of health and like the difficulty in actually hitting the heads without getting hit.
I don't know. I would say it's not an easy boss or anything. It's not hard though. I mean the thing that I would criticize like that's really easy about it is I don't have to bait out attacks. I can just like he's just biting, and that's very vulnerable, and I can be on the side and then punish him for it.
Yes.
But it looks so much cooler from the front. Maybe that's how I should be doing it, because this is much more like, exciting to see the front view of him than the side.
It's exciting to win too.
Yeah, but.
Nova asks, "What's your favorite multi-headed creature?"
I mean, Cerberus has got to be up there, right?
Yeah, he's pretty great.
What?
Hydra too, right?
How am I supposed to, like, with the camera being so tight, how am I supposed to, like, really avoid walking into them?
It's just a health tax.
Yeah, I guess so. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, you do sometimes stand on the heads.
Yeah. Let me just heal here. Oh, stupid. The bad thing about not being able to bait out attacks is that you can't really like force him to do something advantageous, like biting you. Requires a lot more patience, I guess. This looks like he's gonna do a stupid attack. Oh no, he's... it's an effective one. Cerberus has got to be up there. I mean, obviously the Hydra is like, that's the whole thing about it, right?
Right.
Do hammer trolls get any love? Any like two-headed trolls? Huh? No. Nobody's favorite.
Does Medusa's hair count as multiple?
Oh
points?
wait, what about Zmei Gorenyich should get like some points. Ah, fuck.
Or Honeydew says, different episode when explaining where Thrawn is, she phrased like he's in a galaxy far, far
Jesus
away.
Christ.
Someone got paid to write that. Yeah, that is super. That's cheesy in a bad way. That's cringe. That's very cringe.
I gotta save state more because I'm not patient enough.
I'll be right back.
I think old boss fights were a lot about patience. I know I deserve that. 100%. Alright, let me save state here. Just to counteract my impatience. Probably make me even more impatient because I know I have the save state now. Oh, we are counting Medusa? Yeah, Zmei Gorenyich is a multi-headed dragon from Slavic mythology who he's kind of like a Hydra, but he doesn't grow extra heads, he just regrows the same heads. So he's like King Ghidorah, kind of. In fact, there's quite a few depictions that kind of draw him like King Ghidorah. I don't know which depiction came first, King Ghidorah or the yellow Zmei Gorenyich. Or gold, I don't know. Wow, it's fucking annoying. Sometimes it makes you jump when you attack, and sometimes it doesn't. So I'm getting messed up. Yeah. was trying to go for a cheeky attack. Puking more. Hey, Joseph Troy. Oh, fuck. Talks about how old boss fights teach about patience. Uses save state because he's impatient. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right?
Oh, good evening, Joseph Choi. Says Godzilla Minus One is probably the best movie of the year. Not like it had much competition, right? Har har har. Nudge nudge.
Ah, fuck. And more puking. Alright. For some reason, I get King Ghidorah and Gigan mixed up. Their names aren't really that similar, but... the king part usually, like, sets my brain in the right spot, but...
Yes. Marshall says being the best movie of 2023 is like winning the tallest midget contest. Also, welcome to the chat, Marshall.
Yeah, like, so if you're...
Yeah, what other movies did even come out this year? Like, what was of note?
No movies came out. Oh, Lady Ballers. Lady Ballers and Godzilla Minus One are in competition. Other than that, that's it. Anyway, if you're, like, showing a kid video games for the first time, like, you know, it has come time to introduce your child to video games. Do you... and you're, like, showing them old games, right? Do you let them use save states? Like, because a lot of these games are... they're, frustrating in a way that, like... you know, and there's, like, elements of randomness, etc. Do you, like... so the way I died there, theoretically it's possible for me to have, like, I don't know, avoided it or something, but let's say for the sake of argument there's no way to avoid it, right? Just sometimes the camera will be in the certain spot and you'll just die. I know, controversial statement. Not everything is skill. Do you not tell your kid about save states and just have them play it straight in order to kind of teach them patience when stuff is unfair in life? Or do you teach them that it's not worth wasting your time on stupid stuff and show them how to use save states? Yeah, I was just annoyed that I couldn't attack the other head because I was locked on to a different head.
Right. Aaron Larry says I'd leave them to discover it on their own. Let them make up their own mind. And Joseph Choi says my vote is it depends on the game.
A kid. I don't even know what the right decision is. How the fuck is like a 5-year-old gonna figure this out? Kids need parents to have answers. Kids come to stupid answers on their own.
Marshall says one of my nieces has shown an interest in retro games, and that has been for Guitar Hero. Guitar Hero is fun. No hate.
And there's no new Guitar Hero?
I'm sure there is. I remember I used to have Guitar Hero for my Nintendo DS. And the way that it worked was actually pretty neat, I gotta say.
God damn.
Hey, Never, welcome to chat. Let's see, Joseph Choice says, Cuphead or Mario World would say no save states. Something where you can mess up and lose 30 minutes or mess up your playthrough or game over, definitely use them.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I think there's a difference between, like... Yeah... Mario, where it's like... If you wanted to give a kid infinite lives for Mario, I think that's fine. Right? Because the older Marios, you have to restart multiple levels if you fail on one of the levels, and I don't really think that makes any sense. I think, like, it seems needlessly frustrating. I think, like, a certain amount of, like... You should be frustrated with the task you're on, right? Like, when you fail and have to redo a lot of stuff, it's like the game is trying to put the stress on you that you'll waste more time, like you'll waste more life trying to figure this out. And I don't think that's a good idea. Like, I don't know. It's not a bad lesson to learn, but I think, like, just a general decision for life, it's not smart to waste a bunch of time. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it picked me up there. I feel like that was like an intentional, like,
Yeah,
lift.
like if you're too close, you can get picked up by the head.
Because it happens in the movie, right, with the Hydra. I wonder if they tried... I wonder what it looks like in, like, the hitbox view. Like, if there's actually, like, a little scoop on the nose. Because it doesn't... It looks like that. Because it's happening pretty consistently to the point where I would imagine that it was, like, designed to sometimes happen.
Yeah. Or Honeydew says, unfortunately, The Boy and the Heron was pretty bad. It's just Alice in Wonderland running on over the garden wall energy with an aftertaste of Majora's Mask. Sounds like a good mix, but nah. That's a shame. It's always a pity when I check out a Ghibli-like movie and it's not good at all. But hey, Spirited Away is still king in my heart. So there you go. Marshall says, if you don't want your kid to use save states, but they do it anyway, do you, like, ground them for it?
Interesting. That's a weird... That is a weird thing to conceptuualize, but I suppose you would, right?
99 lives. Just spell barrel on old school SNES controllers. SNES.
I feel like you'd orient it the opposite way, right? Because, like, if you're trying to teach them to accomplish stuff, right, with a video game, to kind of get used to the feeling of, like, working hard to do something, you would want to orient it the opposite way, I would think, right? You'd, like, give them a reward if they could do it. I don't know.
Joseph Choi says, I would be all too happy skipping the Ornstein and Smo run back. Yeah, it is a bitch of a run back.
Yeah, I would say Dark Souls has a lot of those where it's like... Yeah, that was definitely, like, a real lift.
Yeah, Joseph Choi says, one of my best friends didn't like The Boy and the Heron, but he and I disagree on movies a lot, so I'm hoping that I'll love it. Yeah. Sketchy Jar says, damn, Spirited Away is the only Ghibli movie that I liked. It is, without a doubt, the best one, with the most coherent story. A lot of those Ghibli movies, they focus a lot more on visuals rather than storytelling, or rather than, like, plot, per se. And the visuals are beautiful for every single movie. But the plot being good varies. Kind of similar to those beautifully directed movies by that one guy who did like Garden of Words, Your Name. Those movies, 5 centimeters per second, yada yada yada. The plot can be terrible on some of them, but they're all beautiful, and no one can deny that.
Oh, God. I'll just go back.
Yeah, there's so many movies where people are like, oh my god, that's my favorite anime movie. And I think to myself, are you sure? Are you sure you just don't really like the pretty pictures and didn't actually care what the story was?
Man, you've never met this person, but it feels like a personal attack on somebody I know.
It's mostly just because I've heard so many people say, oh, this is my favorite Ghibli movie, and I'm like, but nothing really happened in that movie. Are you sure that that's your favorite? Like over Spirited Away? Are you sure? Nova says, I only watch 2 to 3 depending on where you lie on is Avatar The Last Airbender an anime debate. There's a ton of good anime out there. Naturally, I can recommend some if you ever needed recommendations. But of course, it also depends on what you're looking for. Obviously, you should watch Spirited Away. That is the best Ghibli movie. So if you watch that one, you don't even have to watch the other ones. That one's good enough.
Really, the difficulty in dodging those. I guess I'll save here. So I'm like kind of close to dying. What is it? This one? Yeah.
Is Avatar The Last Airbender an anime? There's some debate because, like, apparently they, like, hired a lot of Korean animators, I think Korean? Not Japanese, but... And, you know, all the writers and all the people who did the designs were American.
Fuck, that was such a good run.
So... people argue it's kind of a mixed bag. I would say no, it's a cartoon, but you know me. Yeah, it's just the worst when he lifts you up on his nose.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Is it statistically advantageous? No, but, you know. It's a cool way to die. It's a cool boss. Just... This is, like, mechanically not great, but then I don't know. Maybe you just don't have mechanically good bosses. maybe my standards for like what would be cool or not super valid. Save again here. So I don't have the patience for this. Yeah, here, I guess. Whew.
Hey, Gil. Welcome to chat.
Welcome, welcome.
We're doing the games. Marshall says, here's my question. Is there animation from Japan that isn't anime? And are there comics from Japan that aren't manga? Interesting question. Very interesting. I think a lot of people have kind of decided that things that are done in the manga format would be classified as manga, and things that are done in a more American comic style would be classified as comics. There is, I mean, in Japan they do actually have the word comics to describe just generally all things done in that medium. Manga is more of a specific term. Fun fact there. I believe they say kamiksu, with the extra ooh at the end. But classification in general is just very sticky stuff.
There we go.
Nice job, Adam.
And for all that, I get more health.
Get some celebrations in the chat, shall we?
It's a really cool monster. I'm glad the boss fight isn't too easy.
Yeah. Oh, sweet. You're a junior hero.
I think it's probably a mistake to play this on, like, harder difficulty.
I don't know. We did pretty good.
So you don't really hit that boss while he's doing the biting thing. So it's sort of RNG if you really will be.
I think you could very well argue that the writing matters a lot more than the art when it comes to classification of manga and anime. Our Honeydew says the Scott Pilgrim, the new show, while made in Japan, is not anime. And I think a lot of people would probably agree with you there, Ara. It is very Western feeling style of writing.
Yeah, I think the issue with that boss is mainly just the difficulty I'm playing on. Because, like, you have to wait for him to use the biting, and then, it's a lot of waiting. So then if it it feels like a lot of RNG if it just won't give you the pattern you want. I hear people complain about that when they're doing some, like, stupid challenge run in, like, Dark Souls is like, it's not fair. Or when they're speed running and they're like, oh no, it's a bad pattern. I'm getting trolled. It's like, I don't know. I think some games are interesting when they go up in difficulty, and some games are not like super. They don't stretch as well. Just depends.
Yeah. I've recently gotten back into Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. It's been a while, but it's aged like fine wine. Yeah, it's a good watch, of course. I guess kawaii is the art style. Well, kawaii just means cute. So it's kind of just a broad term that you could say about anything, rather than saying that it's an art style.
Speaking of kawaii, I got cute dolls for my niece.
Yeah, quite scary, yes.
They're not scary.
Well, you say kawaii. That's scary. Kawaii is cute.
Dude.
But I get it. They're both cute and scary.
They're kwai.
They're kwais.
Fucking weeb over here. And being concussed by your keyblade helped.
Marshall says, why doesn't kawaii rhyme with Hawaii? That would make it even more kawaii. The hair flip. It always gets to me.
Sonic Blade?
Aw, dude, Sonic the Hedgehog's in this game?
Okay, buddy. Counterattacks. Restore MP. Okay. But I only have like 2 AP. Slash an enemy while rushing past. Okay, I want this, right? Yeah. It doesn't really. There's no like block button, right? It's just. Strike after parrying. Okay, so that's like when you hit at the same time. Okay, that's not really something you actually do on purpose. I don't know what the difference is really. Now...
Or Honeydew says, it's the flavor too. The term anime was shorthand for animation, but they didn't foresee how big that style and flavor would get, and how it would really become its own thing. Granted, you know, people like to say that anime is all the same art style, but if you actually look at a lot of different manga and different shows coming from that genre, they do vary in styles a bit. I think there is a mainstream style that they like to just go with because it's simple to all do the same style. It allows you to have a certain level of quality, I suppose. But yeah. Honey just says, oh god, is Chatham the Naruto to Cloud Sasuke?
Okay.
Starting to get
Why?
sleepy? Well, it
Why?
is getting a little bit late, so I wouldn't blame you, Nova.
the fuck is going on? Oh. Okay. Christ. Holding down the control key with the wire so I can't type. There's no instructions in-game for how to do this, which is probably why I never used any abilities when I played Kingdom Hearts.
I see.
I think I just beat Kingdom Hearts 2 on, like, whatever the hardest difficulty is without using magic or abilities because I thought that they were cheating. Also, abilities, they just, it doesn't tell you what they do, so you just, why even bother? Okay. From the last command box.
Yeah, we need like a Chaos Smash or Galaxy to explain to us what we're doing wrong.
In Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, selecting Sonic Blade from the last command box activates the first attack if it connects. The command box will change to Rave. Why Rave? Like doof 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 doof. That kind of rave? Okay, I don't know. It's 8:23. Well, not on the East Coast. You Pacific Standard Time. Yes, you. Alright, so Sonic Blade seems like it sucks dick too.
So, might as well not even bother with it.
It seems like something that you can only activate... Okay, so... Are they saying they want me to use Blizzard? Okay, I don't know. So maybe if I'm in combat with like a actual enemy, it'll let me use it? I don't know, it seems like all of this stuff is a giant mistake.
So, any faith in James Gunn's Superman? No. I'm gonna say no on that one. But I'll be here to watch everything burn. No, hello.
Is that like...
That was, okay. Just making her cameo.
Here, I guess... Go here now? But, you know, speaking of movies, Lady Ballers is pretty good.
It was pretty funny.
Is there any point doing any of this? I guess theoretically I could unlock ship parts that aren't bad. So good.
Joseph Troy says, I wanted to see Lady Ballers, but it seemed kind of cheesy. Is it funny? It's pretty funny. It is also kind of cheesy. It's very parody-like in its presentation. But, you know, they didn't make the mistake of giving away all the funny parts in the trailer, like a lot of modern comedies do. Mainly because a lot of the movie is just, like, skits. It is, like, a lot of jokes. So they had a lot to work with, I suppose.
I think some of the stuff that they put in the trailer wasn't funny in the trailer, but it was in the movie. It's like a reverse Brave, where like the commercial is better than the movie by like a lot.
Maybe. I overall had a good time watching it. I feel like it could have been better. I feel like it could have cut some stuff out, but I didn't hate myself after watching it, you know. I had a good time. It also helps that you know, we're watching it with friends, which is always a better way to experience movies in general.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, I mean, it was really funny at parts, but I was kind of shocked with like the people that were in it. Like,
they had a lot of cameos.
does anyone? I don't remember what her name is, but that like female dating coach. It's like she's like anti-feminism, that sort of like realm of stuff. She's been on the Whatever podcast a bunch of times. And she was in the movie as like a major acting role. I was kind of shocked. It was just not. I just didn't expect to see that random person from wherever. I guess she must be an actress because she was doing a lot of acting.
I suppose so. Yeah, a lot of the bits were really funny in the movie.
There was a couple things they were trying to do callbacks to that were like not super funny.
Yeah.
Like,
not everything was a winner. I didn't like the last scene with Matt Walsh. I thought that was pretty stupid.
yeah, that was.
And the fact that it's the last scene is what really kills it too, because it's like, come on. You had a good scene to end on, but instead you did this scene.
Yeah, it made the whole. Yeah, it was a bad. Oh, there's more.
Yeah, still more. But we're almost there. There we go.
Wheel G. Yeah, first district. Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
GMT.
Yeah. BC and AD have been replaced by BCE and CE. True. Although I still say BC. Because it's like, it's shorter. Shorter is better.
Right. But what's the replacement for Greenwich Mean Time?
I don't know what that is.
So there's like some spot where I don't know why, but it's just determined that that's the 0 point for all time zones.
Oh, okay.
So then I think East Coast is -5 or something. It's in England. It's like some island or something. The coast. So that's Yeah, that's like the base, and then when you like every different time zone is like a plus or minus from that. So it's got a huge head. Huge head. Better than having goddamn flippers like Nominee. Yeah, this kid has like
UTC, Universal Coordinated Time.
and they replaced that? Why? A white people thing? Just oh god.
Maybe they just are like, oh well, it's more correct that way. Kind of like the whole BC thing. It's like, well, a lot of people don't believe in Christ, and also that might have not been when Christ was. So
they can go and like make their own language,
now, you know?
and they can make their own language and go talk in their own language, where I can't understand them. Far away from me.
Yeah, I don't really mind the whole before Common Era and Common Era thing. I get it, but at the same time, longer, no good. I'm gonna keep on saying BC because it's shorter.
I think it's a good thing to say BC and AD because the kind of person that you don't want to talk to is going to get upset by you doing that. Oh, red trinities. That's what we needed to learn the art of friendship for.
It's important, man.
Even Lindy Beige, who's a hardcore atheist, thinks CE and BCE are stupid. Yeah, I think I did see that.
Oh, and Never says, that dude Chase, who's been on whatever, is with some other YouTube channel. He was on this podcast talking about how Trump or Musk are the Antichrist.
God damn it. That guy...
Trump or Musk, or Trump and Musk? Is it like either one? Is he debating whether or not Trump or Musk is the Antichrist? Or is it both?
Oh, hey, you can get on the roof? That feels important. I guess I can kind of see what his argument is, because like the Antichrist is supposed to say that they're supposed to proclaim themselves God or something, and they're not.
And Trump is very full of himself. I'll give him that.
Right, yeah. So it's like so like he could eventually he's not the Antichrist confirmed unless he says that he's God, and then he gives you a symbol by which only you can trade or something. But like, I guess Elon Musk wants like Neuralink in people's foreheads, but I don't know.
Interesting.
He's not like he doesn't seem like a super psychopath that would be like, what's the matter? You don't want my Amazon Pay implant? Insane. Absolutely bonkers insane. Like there's like someone showed me an article that was like, anti-chippers are the new like evil
so gross.
evil people we
don't have to chip ourselves.
Genuinely, I think
the convenience is not worth it.
Yeah, it's super like psycho, and I hate when people have like these like pseudo intellectual like comments that are just like the sign of the apocalypse, where someone's like, I don't have anything to hide, so I'm not worried. And it's like, okay, that's awesome. So like, just like support the destruction of freedom for all people, just so that like, at least if you're like some kind of like totalitarian or something, you're like, yeah, I want to give up all my freedom, so they genocide somebody or something. But like, like you have some kind of goal. It's like, oh yeah, all for the workers or something. Like you have some kind of like reason to give up your freedom. But then when you hear it from just like random people with room temperature IQ, it's like, why would you just be okay with like sacrificing like all of your freedom? Like you don't even know like what. Just get a implant so you don't have to take your wallet out.
Yeah, it's not even that
Like,
much faster.
You don't even have to take your credit card out of your wallet. You can just bop your wallet on the thing and it beeps. It's fine.
You can just glue your credit card to your hand, and it'll do the same thing. You do because it's the tap and pay. It'll do the same thing.
Get a pair of scissors. Get a pair of scissors. Cut the chip out of your credit card, and then just like put it on a bracelet, and then tap and pay.
Yeah.
Whee!
Woo!
Like
there you go. That's the same thing without opening up your arm. You fucking freaks. God damn. If the chip did something else other than just
it would
a
have
credit
to
card,
unlock
it would
dark powers. Like
I
for
mean,
me to get an
it would
implant,
have to
I would
also
need
be a
psionic
laser.
powers.
It
Yeah,
would
yeah.
have to also
Laser.
give me a sonic arm that I can shoot
Yes.
people with.
Yes. Sonic
My
arm
right
or
to self-defense.
or like in Mass Effect where they have that implant that they get that boosts their biotics or whatever. I'd need that.
But just a credit card? Are you out of your goddamn mind? You think I'm gonna cut open my arm so that you can insert my credit card inside me? Stupid. Anyway.
Apparently Israel has this coin with Trump's face on it. So
I
what is
didn't
like
know that.
fucking George Washington like an antichrist? Well, I guess he's not. Yeah, I don't know. I think that guy's reasons for I think generally that guy's a force for good. Like his perspectives on stuff, it's generally can synthesize stuff on the second floor, huh? Out of my way, Goofy. You fool. Are there stairs in here, or am I like? You want me to climb through the rafters? I assume there's some story thing talking to this guy, right? Yeah. Let's chat.
Yeah, Never says, I would need nanobots that maintain my health and repair my body. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Then I'd be like, okay, that's something to consider. If it actually adds something to my life, other than the convenience of not having to go into your wallet and pull out your card.
I only have ugly keyblades. How come I didn't get a keyblade from Alice in Wonderland? Did I not complete Alice in Wonderland?
Never says it's called a temple coin.
Yes. Fucking man. I think generally that guy Chase is a good force for good, but his reasons for like going to Christianity are like so unhinged. He's like, all these prophecies were getting fulfilled. It's like, all right, man.
I mean, you give it enough time and every prophecy will be fulfilled, I guess.
Oh, good prophecies are non-specific. There are traces of fire. Okay, you want fire?
The employment shifts from Futurama. Yeah, right. Another thing that Futurama accurately predicted. The true prophecy. The Futurama prophecies.
Would you wear AR contacts? I'd probably be willing to wear AR contacts if I didn't have astigmatism. I assume alternate reality, like you'd have a HUD. Honestly, yeah. Well, I'd want HUD glasses, and I would probably always have on me a regular set of glasses.
Would that be like burning your eyes the whole time?
Burning
Like,
them?
with like blue light or something?
probably.
It would be like giving you major
I'd
headaches.
like to be one of those people. It's like, oh, they'd figure it out. It's like, no, they probably wouldn't figure it out. It'd probably just be burning the shit out of your eyes.
You have to get like laser eye surgery after wearing them for 2 years.
You know, once upon a time they would have figured it out, but you know, until the culture changes to be a little bit better, I'm gonna go with they probably have it. They probably will not figure it out. It probably will suck.
Yeah.
But you know, I think that with the culture improving, I think people generally will like improve. Going into that Japanese store, everything is so nice. You know, like yeah, everything's so nice. Like everybody takes it as like a point of pride to do a really good job. And you know, so you have all this stuff that's just like beautifully packaged and everything. Shop. I guess I want to buy. I don't know. That's these are Goofy Donald weapons.
Yeah, contacts are a little bit creepy, putting in and out. They also make your eyes, like, a bit dry feeling. They're not super comfortable to wear. As much as people like to advertise, oh, these feel super comfortable, it's like I'm not wearing anything at all. It's like, no, you can always kind of tell.
Yeah, you know, everybody was like, very confident about like vapes being super healthy and like nothing could possibly go wrong. And then like COVID hit and like I just know anecdotally a lot of people who vaped a lot just died. Drop it into the red mailbox? What do you mean drop it into the red mailbox? Really? I'm supposed to go find a mailbox and...
Is it the licky licky mailbox, or...?
Oh. Yeah, I guess there's a licky licky mailbox that was red.
Big giant tongue? Perhaps wearing a hat?
I played, like, this D&D game with this guy. Cottage. That's an item. I played this D&D game with this guy. I wasn't DMing, so I wasn't, like, bothered super much, but this guy would vape all the time. He would vape, like, it's just, like, into the mic. He'd be like, and it was, like, so distracting.
Ugh.
And he was, like, guy was unbearable. He wanted to be a paladin LARPing, he wanted to worship communism.
Oh, no!
And I was like, okay, I guess I'll be a ninja and I'll have swastika shuriken. And they're like, don't you think that's a bit extreme? And I was like, extreme? And I was like, is it? I was like,
Excuse me.
he's a
You're the one
communist.
saying that?
And then whenever a decision would come up and it was like, should we do the evil thing or the good thing? I was like, wait a second, we're an evil party. You're a communist. You can't kill more Jews than Hitler and be a good guy.
Yeah, what side did they run to when the Berlin Wall fell?
Green room? I'm in a green room, but there's blue enemies. This makes no sense at all. Let's see what's in the red room, I guess.
And I'll be a thief in a wheelchair.
Dude, the rogues in a wheelchair shit, like... It's so...
It must have been the wind.
It's so stupid. And then, like, I saw some video where this guy was like, oh, well, you know, a wizard can be, like, old and, like, no one bats an eye. And it's like, because he's a wizard!
The whole point of, like, magic is that you learn more and become more powerful through studying
Yeah,
it.
but
So
and,
when you're old, you have
yeah,
a lot of wisdom,
yeah.
a lot of
And
experience,
you also
intelligence.
you also don't need to be physically impressive to be a wizard. It makes the character make more sense, not less, because a wizard has low physical stats for game balance. So if you make him an old person, then it makes sense that they wouldn't be able to wrestle someone to the ground or something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not, but like if you like, there were minis for a dwarf in a wheelchair who's a barbarian, and it's like, come on, man, what are we doing here? Oh, on the bottom it said Sonic Cut. Oh, that sucked. Bald Mountain, 7 a.m.
Wheelchair zombies.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
would be the best.
No, I think we talked about this before, and I was like, that would be what I would do. So I would have all sorts of disabled, like the dragons, like
yes, the dragon in the wheelchair.
dragon in wheelchair, or dragon
That was
with
the best.
I think dragon with Down syndrome. It's just like
It's like, and then like even the players are like, "Oh, come on!" It's like, "What?
is this odd?
You think this is strange? This is the new normal."
There's like there's some stuff that like makes sense, right? There's like in a modern setting, if you're doing like, I know someone one of the comments in this video was like, my dad was playing a guy in a wheelchair for a Call of Cthulhu game, and he couldn't find anything but Professor Xavier. And it's like, well, yeah, because that's, I mean, but modern day makes a lot of sense, where it's like, you know, also Call of Cthulhu, you're just investigating the whole time. Like, you're doing clues and stuff. It's not, you know, and I'm sure once the Shoggoths start chasing you, wheelchair is not what you want, but, like, a lot of people just play that game to have a dramatic death, so...
Marshall asks, how can you attack a Down syndrome dragon in a wheelchair? Well, you gotta get a Nazi ninja. Otherwise, you have to just tame the dragon and find it a true home. A forever home. Aww. Alright, buddy. You wanna come lay down? Yeah, you do. I can tell.
Is there... Wasn't there a Barbie doll that had Down syndrome?
Oh god, was there? I feel like that was a parody.
I don't know, but, like...
they actually did it.
But, like, we're, like, walking around the mall with our friends, and I was like...
yeah.
I was explaining the plight of, like, you know, you're going to these stores, and you're looking at these dresses, and, you know, and different, and, like, underwear and stuff, and then you see these, like, super obese, like... models, or these people with, like, these horrible skin conditions where they just look like a monster, and then it's like, you know, Trisha's like, oh, do you think I'd look cute in this? And then, like, over her shoulder is just this, like, behemoth of, like, a plague victim, and it's like, I maybe, you know, it's like, and then we're walking through the mall.
More complicated making those decisions then.
We're walking through the mall, and there's, like, no joke. Man, this is a misery. Like, dealing with this camera. Trying to figure out where the enemies even are. Ugh, and you get 1 experience per kill. This is terrible. Why am I even here? I guess let's go back to the first district.
But yeah, continue your story then.
Well, yeah, we're in the mall with friends, and then
Out of the corner of your eye, you spot.
no, we were looking. I was looking at whoever I was talking to, and then across the way, I see there's a model with Down syndrome in a dress and like a shit ton of makeup, and they're like, bye. It's just like, come on, like what am I? Like,
and like you turn to your girlfriend and you say, man, you would look really good in that. She looks at you and she's like, what are you trying to say? Excuse me?
Man, you're... Man, remember that time when you didn't like 300? You remind me a lot of someone with a mental handicap.
Oh. Freaking Never in the emoji.
Basically what we're looking at. It's like, you're supposed to be buying like pretty dresses for your girlfriend. You see the models, and it's like, yeah, they're pretty. That's why that's so you would look pretty, right? It's like that's the idea with the pretty model, right? Or the woman is like looking at the pretty models, and then they're like, oh, I want to look like a pretty model. They're wearing the dress. I could wear the dress. I could look like them. But then you're looking at like fucking special needs kid on the poster, and it's like, man, I want to look like a goddamn retard.
It's like that It's Not Acceptable trailer, where it's just like, at what point does this just become mean, you know?
At the end, it's like,
Yeah.
Ah.
It's like, at what point are you helping them? And then at what point are you making fun of them?
Okay, so Wonderland, did I... Okay, and then did it... Oh, I'm supposed to have found Alice afterwards. And then the Colosseum, I guess you return to or something. Okay, let me try and get the Alice in Wonderland Keyblade then. It's like, oh, honey, try on this necklace. It's like, oh, why? You think I'd look at it? It's like, well, I just saw the poster of the mentally handicapped
She
girl.
reminded me so much of you.
Yeah, she's just like you.
It's like, excuse me?
Okay, I see why they made these levels look really easy. It's like, I don't...
Yeah, part of the whole reason behind the models is, like, trying to imagine what the outfit would look like on a person wearing it, and how it could look potentially attractive on a person. That's why you typically use attractive, nice-looking models.
I think to some extent maybe you there's some argument to be made, like you make them a little bit uglier, then you're like, oh,
make them look a little bit more average.
Well, yeah, then you're like, oh, I look better than that fucking troll. But
sure.
At some point it's just like you can definitely go too far. Like some of these people with like these like horrific like skin conditions, it's like what's going on? Why are you like this?
They want to normalize the new beauty.
But it's like literally like a monument to Nurgle. Like, just stop. Oh, did I die?
Yeah, you hit the ground.
This is terrible. I don't ever want to do a gummy mission ever again.
You can do it, babe. But yeah, there's also something to be said about like seeing attractive models doing their thing and then being like, man, I want to be like that, you know? At least physically like that, even if you don't exactly want the model lifestyle.
Yeah, there's no reason, like, I don't know.
Kind of the same idea with like superheroes and stuff. There's something to aspire to be.
Yeah, there's something like really like inspiring in it, and like you can get muscular and stuff. It's not like, obviously, you know, looking like a literal superhero does probably take a certain amount of like chemical assistance, but I don't know. I think just idealizing hideous monsters is just some kind of like weird demon worship. I'm not a religious man, but you know, sometimes you see some stuff and you're like, maybe demons, maybe they're real. I know there's at least people who think they're real and are like actively worshiping them. Like the Balenciaga thing is fucking crazy.
Yeah, that is fucking crazy. I mean, if you genuinely believe demons are real, you probably shouldn't be worshipping them. They are canonically the bad guys.
How terrifying would it be to see a model on a tag and have it look just like you?
Oh yeah, like someone just took my picture without my permission and just put it photoshopped like a dress on there.
What if it's all like AI generated and they're just like...
Oh no! That would be creepy.
We walk into a store and then it's all the models change into you.
They actually do have those like mirrors with the screen on them, and you can actually like, you know, stand in front of the mirror and have like the clothes be on you, or see what the clothes look like on you without trying them on, because the mirror will just like project it onto you, which is like super cyberpunk, but it's also like, fuck do I care? Why would I buy that mirror? And that's why a lot of these cyberpunk inventions don't typically go mainstream, because there's just no practicality behind them.
You could sell something at Cool Factor.
Yeah. A lot of people try to sell the whole mirror thing on the fact that you can exercise with the mirror, right? They turn it into a stay fit while you're looking at yourself anyway type thing.
What?
Yeah, like so they're like exercise videos in the mirror, and you can watch yourself do the moves or do the exercises along with the coach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how they were selling the mirror for the mainstream.
If you gain any benefit from seeing yourself while you're working out, you don't need an exercise tape. Like, if you know what good form looks like, you don't need an exercise tape. This is fucking awful. How do I leave? Like, how do I go to the next spot? Is it just through this?
Yes. Yeah, you know how the Santa Claus actually came to be? It's actually very, very simple. When you say St. Nicholas very fast, it sounds like Santa Claus. Just one of those things that
All of
evolves
those...
over time.
Here's my advice for life. Never trust any of those origin things, because they're all fucking super wrong. They're like, I almost always the one that I'm relatively sure is correct is the origin of fuck. But like,
Oh, tell us the origin of fuck.
oh, I can tell you all the wrong origins of fuck that my uncle has told me over the years.
Okay, sure.
Fornicate upon command of the king. It's an acronym. It was a command back from the Black Plague when they needed to reproduce after the Black Plague, and these criers would be going around places and they would be like, what the fuck is your problem? I did the thing you wanted. Piece of shit mushroom. And they'd be these criers who'd be announcing the law, and they'd be like, ah, fuck. They'd be yelling at people, fuck. And it's funny, and it's not true. Not even close to true. That obviously is that it's the most untrue bullshit you've ever heard. Blizzard, okay. Okay. Give me something. Okay, that's lightning. I remember. Okay, that's fire, but I don't think I'm fast enough. Okay. Okay. Okay, I got a thunder shard and a bunch of bubbles. Alright. Okay, then this I guess is the next area. And then shit. The origin of shit. You want to know the origin of shit? You want to know the completely false, not even remotely true origin of shit, I should say?
Sure.
When they were transporting fertilizer, they had to put a sign on it because they were transporting it in barges. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so they would they would stencil on a message onto the fertilizer, and it would stand for store high in transit. But that's not true either. Not even remotely adjacent to the truth.
It doesn't sound true at all.
No, it doesn't. That's the kind of like uncle facts that I've received over the years.
That sounds like a joke. Like it sounds like a punchline, but it doesn't actually sound like the real origin.
I don't know. Boomers are just like the easiest to like.
To just tell shit.
They're like the most easily indoctrinated generation.
They believe anything on Facebook.
They believe everything on Facebook. They watch the news and they're like, oh, that's facts, and then I'll be like, you know, my dad will say something. I'll be like, how do you know that? Like, where did that information come from? And he'll be like, it's just true. It's been reported on, and it's like, okay, because it sounds like something that wouldn't be fucking true. My fucking dad was like, it's like, oh, women are better than men at everything, and it's like, that's okay. Like he was like, what was his thing? It was like, oh, women are smarter or something. It's like,
oh yeah.
Okay, okay. So why is like every single thing in history invented by men? And he's like, no, there was that one woman. Is like, yeah. Did she invent something really important?
Then he started like the conspiracy theory talk that all women are behind all success in the world, but men took the credit.
Yeah, because he saw he saw one movie about like NASA, and there was like a secret black woman who did everything behind the scenes. And he's like, oh, and I was like, oh yeah, where'd you see this? He's like, oh, there was you have to see this movie that I watched. I was like, okay.
And you just believe everything that the movie told you, huh? It's like literal conspiracy theories that like all women rule the world, but they're just all uncredited.
And you know, people don't like being told that it sounds like weak and pathetic, but that's what it sounds like. So I made sure to inform him. You know, it's just like it's very stupid. It's like to some extent, I can like as a man, I can understand like the desire to want like the cool stuff, like be warriors and stuff. But it's not like play a game of RimWorld, and you'll find out that like killing people is not enough unless you're a cannibal.
Well, I don't know if a video game is a good.
It is a good lesson to learn because like RimWorld is like a microcosm of like a society or whatever, and you need a bunch of different skills, and combat is important because without it you'll die, but you need other stuff too. Like you need like a whole society for a society to exist. You can't just kill everybody. There's like a
Killing
whole
is one part to living.
Yeah, there's like a whole there's a whole huge thing to you gotta look this up. Where's Alice at the end? Just look at a walkthrough of this world.
What are you trying to do?
This one. I'm trying to beat it.
Kingdom Hearts walkthrough. Alright, let me see what we got here. We got Wonderland. You're trying to get the Keyblade, or...
I'm trying to beat the world. Just
Okay, let me see. You go back to Queen's Castle to free Alice. Talk to one of the card soldiers to present your evidence. Blah, blah, blah. Soldiers attack you immediately. You can attack the cards, but you can't kill them. Blah, blah, blah. I think you already did all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you go back to Lotus Forest. You will come across the large body Heartless for the first time. Attack this Heartless from the back. Go all the way to the back of the Lotus Forest. The boulder will no longer be blocking a pathway that leads to the Tea Party Garden. Go into the Bazaar Room. After fighting the Heartless, light 2 lamps. Already did that. After talking to Cheshire Cat, jump on the table, talk to him again. Prepare for a boss fight. That was the boss fight that I don't believe that we did, right? Or we didn't finish it, or something? Just that boss they have to do to finish the world.
the one that I already beat.
Did you beat it?
Mm-hmm.
Then you finished the world, according to this walkthrough.
Okay, I guess I'll look up a walkthrough. Oh, we might find her in another world. Okay, so I did complete this?
I guess so.
So what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Let's see. According to this walkthrough, after Wonderland, it's a Coliseum, then it's Deep Jungle, then it's Traverse Town Part 2.
Right, I went to Traverse Town, but I couldn't find anything to do. Like,
Okay.
I guess theoretically I'm supposed to talk to somebody, but...
Now that you've unlocked your first 2 keyholes and done all that you can at the Coliseum, it's time to save Traverse Town from the Heartless. When you land, first thing you do is go to Huey, Dewey, and Louie and buy some weapons for Donald and Goofy, blah blah blah. Now that you have the Red Trinity ability, it's time to find Leon's secret training ground. Okay. Then kill here, head to the iron bars, Unit Alley, there's a Red Trinity on the grounds. Talk to him twice and he will tell you what he said, and you can you finish doing this
Right.
stuff in Traverse Town, it unlocks the other worlds.
Right.
Oh, or Honeydew actually knows what the movie we're talking about is.
Yeah, I
The
saw
movie was
that.
called Hidden Figures. It was a fleet of black women in NASA with the situations and interactions dialed to the point of implausibility.
Oh my god.
Nova says, to credit one person for the moon landing is so ignorant. Agreed, of course.
Oh, good night, Nova.
Yeah, good night.
Oh, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's very frustrating because when I see my dad and how like he's so indoctrinated to hate himself, and so it's like, and it's a problem, right? Because like it seems like like it's like that, like, oh, silly boomers or whatever, but it's like, not everyone is like a massive cuck, so you have to know how to act around other people, right? And we're like talking to like a client or whatever, and he's like, oh, men are dumb, oh, us men are stupid, and it's like, this is a problem because she has a husband and she has a son, and she doesn't hate them like you hate yourself. So now you're like, oh yeah, men, those people that you love, the most important people in your life, they're really stupid. It's like, this is not
Yes.
gonna go well.
Yeah, let me give you some reasons to feel bad today. Surely this will not have negative consequences.
And it's like, one day I'm gonna have a kid, and I'm just like, how do I teach them to not be this dumb? Because like, we're genetically similar, so like, there's a high chance like I have some of the ingredients to be a goddamn idiot in my blood. I don't want to pass that along to
And I
my
am
future children.
confirmed a goddamn idiot, so...
You just look like...
I just look like the retarded lady in the
Yeah,
window.
you just look a little retarded.
Oh.
There's nothing... Are you saying there's something wrong with looking like a goddamn retard?
Let's get retarded.
There is absolutely nothing wrong with being a paste-eating retard. It's fine.
Okay,
It's progressive,
let's
even.
stop it back. Let's calm down over here. It all starts with save states. Once your kids start on save states, they are lost.
All of a
Says
sudden, they'll be
Marshall.
like, they'll be just, yeah, they'll be lost. They'll be like, I kind of want to be a dog, and it's like,
Where'd this come from?
I want to be an anthropomorphic dog lady with a giant cock, and it's like, oh, putting you down. It's like, well,
Do you want to be put down like a dog?
it's like, well, we tried. We'll just
Try again.
I'm gonna go ahead and load the save state. Click, click.
You're so goofy. Alright, are you gonna go back to,
Traverse Town, yeah.
I can just be reading out loud what the guide says. Did you already unlock the Red Trinity part?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do I have to find a fucking encounter in every room?
Well, you can run past them, right?
No.
You can?
No, because they... While they're here, the save thing won't appear.
That is pretty shitty, huh? At least you're getting money.
To be honest, I was excited about the money at first, but now I realize I don't really think there's anything important to buy, ever. So... Oh, these things are such a time waster.
Yeah, if only you could buy more strength so you could kill everything in one hit. Hey, you love to draw? We're gonna head back to Traverse Town right now, actually.
Whew. Cod liver oil without preservatives, high proteins, good quality water and vitamins, eggs. And when the kids are born, be careful what you expose them to. Well, I'll be sure not to send them to... I don't know. I have to, like... I had to, as antagonistically as possible, ask my dad all the ways he's become retarded.
I think a big part of it is just like teaching kids that they can't believe everything that they hear. They have to also do their own research or ask mom and dad about it, you know? Because when you're a kid and you're still learning things, and you want to learn things, you just believe anything because you think that everyone else knows more than you.
Yeah, but eventually you have to, like, stop doing that.
Eventually you have to think for yourself and learn for yourself, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Joseph Choi asking, did your dad grow up during the time of leaded gasoline?
He's a boomer, so he's like the most... I don't know if he was around for leaded gasoline, but when I was growing up, they definitely still used to have signs that said unleaded on all the gasoline. So it wasn't actually that long ago. No, he's just your standard, like, boomer.
Yeah, just around during the hippie generation.
Okay, so where do I go here?
Right. Traverse Town. The second district. If you can.
What district?
When you land, first thing you do is go to Huey, Dewey, and Louie and buy some weapons. Do this or continue on to the second district.
Okay, I was in the second district last time.
Okay.
Let me save state here, because something tells me this is the wrong fucking thing to do. Not that you're giving me bad advice, but just every time I've done something, I've been like, man, I wish I could load a save state.
You gotta find Leon's secret training ground. Head to the alleyway from the second district. Kill all the Heartless that appear.
That's the wrong one. They still had leaded gasoline well into the 80s. Oh. Yeah, then my dad definitely got some lead.
Yeah. Then you head to the iron bars at the other end of the alleyway and use the red trinity to enter the grounds.
It amazes me how fucking dumb so many of my boomer clients are, and yet I'm amazed at how much money they've accumulated despite their obvious mental handicaps. You know,
The economy was a little bit better.
you're kind of onto something. It's like, I think like Matt Walsh said, it's like the boomers were the worst generation that America has ever had. They took the best economy that America has ever had from like the 50s, and then they destroyed it. It's gotten progressively worse by every metric since the boomers were like in adulthood. Like they like sure the fire like there's like that we didn't start the fire, like the fire started before them, sure maybe, but like they're not really responsible for making making America better. Like feminism didn't just like fall out of a hat.
It was caused by one of the generations.
Yeah,
It
like,
wasn't mine.
yeah, like wokeism started like way, like it was wokeism was like a product of the baby boomers, like
And communism, I'm sure, but you know.
okay, it forces you to look at those guys, but I don't care.
Yes.
Can I go in here? Okay, we're doing fire, I guess. Oh. Oh, yeah, okay.
I gotta say, when you're trying to figure out where to go, I wish they would chill out with the enemies.
Great. Okay, where do I go? Do I have to look up like another video of someone who knows what they're doing?
Alleyway from the 2nd District, kill all the Heartless, head to the iron bars at the other end of the alleyway, use the red trinity.
Okay.
That is it's all I know. I can look up a physical walkthrough. Kingdom Hearts.
It's currently closed off.
Town 2 walkthrough.
Sorry if I'm a little bit cranky. I'm just detoxing from caffeine. And,
Right. Let's see.
alleyway.
Okay, that is actually way simpler than I would. Alright, so your spawn point. Alright. And then from there, you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
face
I'm
left.
in the 2nd District. But, like, where do I go in the 2nd? Like, where's the alleyway?
Uses the
Okay, he goes there. But then what does that do?
that gets you to the training grounds.
What?
And then you talk to Leon twice, and then he tells you to go to Sid and gives you the Earth Shine. It's like a whole series of events that happens.
Okay, like I suspected, I needed that save state. So I don't want to do any of this shit.
Yeah.
So the alleyway you showed
go
me,
left.
Jesus Christ. I hate the camera in this game. It's so annoying. It always is bumping into things. Just like turn on no clip for the camera, for fuck's sakes. Like just okay, so this is where you do I go no, wait, if I go backwards I'm going back to the same place. Is there
Okay, let me see. There's the chest, right? I see. What does he do after that? He walks on the box.
can he get on top of
Goes
this
to
box?
the door. Not that one.
Matt Walsh was right. The boomers thought they saved the world by being dirty commie hippies and smoking weed and being progressive. Joseph Joy hashtagging repeal the 19th. That the women voting thing?
Oh, I didn't even know you could go through those doors. So like this section, right? You like, well, yeah. Come on, dude. And he goes through those doors to the alleyway, and then
Okay, I think I can find that.
to the bars, I guess, is what the guide says. It's like the other side of the boxes. Oh yeah, so you can use a trinity over at the bars and knock them down. Sorry, as someone who has never played this game, I am also trying to decipher the walkthrough instructions. So
Okay.
that door over there.
These?
Oh, no, other way. Straight to the right. Just jump down. Just jump to the bottom level. That door to the left, right there. Alleyway. Alright, so you defeat the Heartless here, but like the bars are over there that you knock down. I don't know if they'll let you do it while they're enemies, but you can give it a shot. Yeah, you gotta defeat it of them. Hey, wonderful galaxy.
Hey.
And welcome to chat.
This is your secret training ground?
Yep. So, yeah. Talk to Leon twice. So that you can get that earth shine.
Oh, so I'm locking keyholes.
Oh, okay.
Dude, worlds have hearts? Are there nobody worlds?
Dude, is this pro border? Or Honeydew says, Chatham would be so smug if Dan Fan couldn't vote every other day. Where do you want to eat? Dan Fan opens mouth. Chatham, nuh-uh-uh. Yeah, right. As though Adam could ever decide a place to eat.
Dude, I have to if I don't decide a place to
You
eat...
have to decide. You're the man. That's how that works.
If I don't decide where to eat, we would literally die. We would be both emaciated on the floor. I'd be like, Trisha, where do you want to eat? Then she'd be like, where do you want to eat?
We'd be at such a standstill.
I remember some professor of mine was like, we'd realized that actually women do want to make decisions. And I was like, look, I think you're making a lot of, like, generalizations just saying women. Which was like, you know, your foot in the door, because it's like, oh, are you a bigot? And teacher's like, oh, yeah, sure, you know, there's exceptions. And I was like, yeah, because, like, if my girlfriend asks, like, if I ask my girlfriend where she wants to eat, she'll stab me in the throat. Like, I was like, if she asks me where I want to eat and then I ask her where she wants to eat, she's ready to kill me. Like, it's like,
that's why I asked you. I love that you put that in your book, Treading Water.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, there's like this one section where they're wandering around, like looking at different restaurants, and like he doesn't decide on a restaurant because he's waiting for her to decide, and she's like, I'm gonna starve at this rate. I'm going to die.
Forgot about that.
It was good. I remember reading that and being like, oh god, this is us.
That was a lot of things. I pieced that together from a bunch of different things.
Yeah, I actually prefer Adam to make a lot of the decisions.
Yeah.
If I want to make a decision on something, if I have an opinion to implement, I will say something. Otherwise, I kind of just expect him to figure it out.
Yeah.
Hey, talk to him again, I guess. You gotta get that earth shine. Gimme.
What the fuck is Earthshine?
Yeah. What you're going to do is you're going to take that to the fairy godmother. But first, you have to talk to Sid. So go back to the 1st district and go to the 3rd district and fight your way through waves of Heartless. And when they stop appearing, go to the broken power line. Hey, Dalmatians.
Am I finding 4 Dalmatians at a time with each one of these, like, boxes?
I guess so.
I try to turn the camera around and they're like, bam. No. It's like, can't. Oh, what about you? Aerith? Oh, okay. Lock the keyholes.
We need a wall.
Yeah. Like, Trisha will occasionally have an opinion on where to eat, but, yeah, we would just die. I think.
Yeah.
If I was
Joseph
like,
Choi says, I let my wife decide where to eat. I'm super flexible when it comes to meals, but her tastes vary day by day. No stress. Sometimes I'm in the mood for something, right? But most of the time I'm just hungry. And I'll find something no matter where we eat at. I just don't want to decide on a place.
it's like, Trisha, what do you want to eat? And the answer is food.
Yes, literally anything. I'll take what I can get.
Hey, Aether Ashthorn. The Aether Ashthorn. Of the prestigious Ashthorn family.
Ah, yes. Love to Draw says, I'm here for real this time.
Oh no. This is like a stupid hotel area. Get out of here.
Or Honeydew says, what's not acceptable is saying anywhere is good, but also rejecting suggestions. Well, I will say there are some places where I'll just never want to eat at. Like I don't like eating Chinese food in general.
Does it always has like onions and it'll kill you?
Yeah, kinda. But it's also like super greasy. It's like Chinese food is like a last ditch effort when there's nowhere else to eat. I'll accept it, you know? Although that one Chinese place that John took us to was not bad. Granted, I only had the edamame. But it wasn't bad edamame.
That other Chinese place we went to together was bad.
Yeah, it was really bad.
That was... So, can I not open this chest because I'm in combat? God damn
I'm
it.
assuming so. Eric Lowry says, my friends and I made it a rule that if you veto a place to eat, you need to make an alternative suggestion to help speed along the discussion of what to eat. That's a good rule, actually.
Yeah, that'll lead to people actually making a decision. That's a good system.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm typically pretty flexible when it comes to eating things. Especially when I'm hungry. I'm like, I'll eat literally anything. If you give me sand, I'll eat it.
Alright, we're going to Otto's Onion Barn.
Nice. Pretty stone. So pretty.
Absolute garbage. Okay. Oh wait, is this?
You can get a door from the 1st district to the 3rd district if you would like that.
I got it.
Yep. Right, so head to the accessory shop, my dear.
I love Chinese food. Beef and broccoli is bae. Man, that is some ancient dialect. Remember when bae was a thing?
Let's see. I remember the accessory shop has a big glowing sign that says accessories. Oh, there it is. Now talk to Sid.
Oh, the XP and the thing, yeah. That's a good question. I don't know.
What have you got there, Sonny? Hey. Look, it ain't a filmy block.
Eating. Oh.
Nom 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 nom. Yummies.
My favorite, I think, is probably chicken lo mein. I think the more traditional the Chinese food, though, the worse it gets.
GamePhans versus one of those steakhouses with the giant steak challenge. Man, steak is fucking delicious. I just might, if I'm hungry enough, I just might eat it all.
So remember, like, it was like your birthday or something, and you, I don't know, you didn't really have like a place you wanted to go for
We
you?
didn't have fancy restaurants near my original home.
And so I asked Trisha's sister, and it was like, where do people go on like dates around here? And then she told me like some steak place, and you were so happy.
Yeah.
Eating your steak and your mashed potatoes and stuff.
It was very good. Ugh, steak.
It was such a basic steakhouse. It's like
But it was
very.
good. It doesn't have to be fancy smancy to be decent, you know? Although obviously you have much nicer restaurants around here. Alright. So after he gives you the old book, you're going to deliver that to Merlin, by the way. He will also tell you to check out the Gizmo shop. Which we basically ignored the first time in Traverse Town. Head to Merlin's house. To get there, go into the 3rd district and cast fire on the door with a fire symbol.
Makes sense. Oh yeah, Gurky.
He's got a lot to say.
He's my dog is barking in his sleep.
He's very cute, isn't he?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gurgi is a borf. What?
Oh, is it because you're in combat? Oh. No, it worked. Okay. Sweet.
Oh.
Deliver the old book to Merlin to unlock the 100-acre wood world.
You? How dare you? Merlin, why did you do this? So rude. You make everyone who visits your house do a jumping puzzle? Merlin. Oh. Treasure.
There's a little bit more you can do to finish Traverse Town, but if you want, you can just, like, go to the Winnie the Pooh world.
I think once I, like, level up and can kill things faster, it'll be more fun.
Yeah. Ooh, hello. My waifu.
Hallucination waifu? Hmm? Oh, to be a Malkavian.
Sora, are you going batshit insane? Well.
Steak is so easy to make, though. Just put it in the oven for a bit, then fry it on a covered cast iron pan. Okay.
Then we have baked potatoes and bittersweet corn. Yes. Delish. We never have potatoes or corn in this house, though. Unfortunately. Someday.
I guess that is a thing that people would, like, stock normally, right?
Yeah.
Well, not corn necessarily, but...
Corn is good. You get some canned corn. It's easy.
Canned?
What, do you have frozen corn?
No, just like corn in the fridge. We used to have...
you mean like corn on the cob?
Yeah, that's corn.
Yeah, but when you're having sweet buttered corn, you're taking it off of the cob.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know. My mom used to stock, like, corn.
It's obviously, like, easier to just get it off the cob.
Barbaric.
Oh, shush.
It's probably more expensive.
No.
It would have to be more expensive. It's also lower quality.
It tastes delicious.
Ick. Cans. Cans are for the apocalypse.
You have canned vegetables sometimes.
I do, yes. I really have no foot to stand on here. Just corn in a can sounds yucky.
No, it's delicious. Peas in a can are pretty good too.
So, like, pineapple in a can, it's like, yeah, but pineapple's kind of a pain. And, like...
Well, unless you're having it on the cob, corn is kind of a pain too.
Yeah, but it's like a vegetable, so, like, it feels like it should be, like, done well and, like, healthy and stuff. Like, it's proper.
Well, they're all corn and potatoes are both starchy.
I
Never
thought
gonna be like super healthy for you.
Well, that's why we don't have it in the house anymore. But
yeah.
But I thought you were gonna play. I when you said starch, I thought you were gonna say start. So I thought you were gonna say both of them started in a can.
They were born in a can, and they'll die in a can.
Oh man.
Just imagine, like, from the ground, the cans coming out.
You know, like, rotten potatoes can, like, kill the shit out of you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't mean, like, give you food poisoning, I mean, like, kill you with toxic gas.
Yeah.
What's this guy? I haven't been reading any of the dialogue. Sorry, guys. I know. I'm very excited. It's Merlin, but I'm detoxing from caffeine.
The best.
I don't have a lot
Except for that one part in the movie where he just, like, ditches Arthur. That was pretty fucked up. But other than that, he's awesome. It's the fairy godmother!
I thought we were talking about the
Hello,
other
I'm
one.
the fairy godmother.
What's the other one?
Your king asked me to help you too.
What's the pretty one?
The blue fairy.
Oh, she's blue too. He's blue. Conspiracy? Okay. Bing.
Bing, bing, bonk. Go bonk, bonk, bing. Hey, it's
That's...
getting closer to 1 a.m.
Yeah.
So maybe we should be wrapping this up.
We should. Am I meant to, like, leave now? Like, is that... Am I going...
Well, you can go to the 100-acre woods. He unlocks it for you. Or you can finish Traverse Town.
If I finish Traverse Town, do I get a cool Keyblade?
Let me see.
I thought you got a Keyblade from every world, but I didn't get one from Alice in Wonderland. Excuse me.
Upon your victory, you receive the Magic Spell Arrow. Probably the most helpful spell in the game. You will also receive the Navi G Gummy Block that will allow you to travel to new worlds.
You cannot use Summon Magic while any party member is KO'd. Huh. Fascinating.
Indubitably. Nice. I love it when books have a fucking buckle on them. It's the best shit ever.
I do like my fancy books. I think about that with, like, you know, in the future, having like releasing books and stuff. There's like all these authors that are like, you know, big, but they have their own like publisher and everything. And the books just come out like normal. They're just like as cheap as possible, right? Just like whatever the publisher feels like doing. But like, you know, I'm talking to these printers and they have this big giant list of options that you can choose. And it's like, holy shit, I can have like gold on the like ends of the pages so that like when the book is closed,
right?
It's gold on the pages.
It's so cool.
And it's like,
It's a top-down game now.
oh wow, it's just like the Game Boy game.
You're on the book. Ooh, sparkly.
This seems like next time.
Okay. Well, you can just drop a save state, and we can end here if you'd like.
I have an actual save, so we can load in like civilized people.
What if it doesn't work? Best to be prepared.
Then I will just scream. And we'll just have a screaming stream where I just
Yeah, that
scream
sounds efficient.
for a couple hours.
Yep. Well, either way, I do hope you, chat, have had fun during our decaffeinated GamePhans stream for Kingdom Hearts.
There's canned brown
Part
bread.
number 5.
There's canned brown bread that is actually very good. It's so gross.
Yeah.
It also seems like an insufficient container. Like I would require more bread than a can's worth if I was going to be having bread.
People swear by the canned cranberry sauce for Thanksgiving.
I think they're just insane.
They're just sad beings.
I think it just looks cool when it comes out of the can.
It looks like a can.
Yes.
It looks like the inside of a can.
I think people just like that, and then they slice it up into slices, and then they're like, oh, this is cool. It's like Jell-O that I can eat with my food. But it's so high in sugar, and it doesn't taste good. So it's like I'd rather just have cranberry sauce that doesn't have any sugar, because it's never going to taste good no matter how much sugar you put in it. So why are we playing this game? Just give me the bad cranberry.
Sauce is fine, but it's not amazing. Hi, Jamie Rose, coming in just at the end. We're just wrapping up.
Willkommen, or, well... Yeah. Oh. Wrapping up the decaffeinated stream. Ugh.
Yeah, says, I was watching a movie with a friend. Oh, well, that's nice.
That's cool. What'd you watch?
Yeah, it's more important to hang out with friends, especially when they need you.
Sorry, I'm just melting.
Literally sinking into your chair.
Ugh. Having no caffeine is so unproductive.
Good night, Never.
Good night.
Yeah, does anyone have advice to give when you're detoxing from caffeine? How to do it elegantly so that you're not dying?
I don't know.
Oh, Jamie was watching Love at First Bite, a romantic comedy about Dracula in New York. I think I do remember that one. Not very Christmassy themed, but funny.
Yeah.
I don't suppose you have a happy story you'd like to share with the chat, Adam?
Kind of.
Oh.
I suppose. Not really. Well...
If you want to share a happy story.
Happy story. Well, I don't...
Can't Love to Draw says, I was watching The Last of Us with some old co-workers, so please, happy story.
Oh, boy.
We have a request.
Request for happy stories. I could tell you stories about people that were really goddamn annoying that I don't have to deal with anymore. So that's kind of happy that I no longer talk to them.
It's no longer our problem.
I guess we'll start with that and we'll see if it's satisfactory. So a friend of mine that I'm no longer friends with, thank God. He gets into my car, and then he's like, why do you have so much garbage in your car? Oh, there's like, oh, you have all this garbage and and he's like hitting me with a bottle while I'm driving. And I'm like, motherfucker, I like pulled over. I'm like, motherfucker, I don't sit in the back seat of my own car, and I don't drink soda.
Alright.
If anyone, I don't drink soda. I don't eat chips. If there's garbage in the back seat of my car, you put it there. It was like, if you want to get back in my car when we get wherever we were going, if you want to ride back, you're gonna clean out my car.
Yeah, there you go.
So I made him do a bunch of like trips, like cleaning out my car, before I would agree to drive him again.
Yeah, it's one thing people leaving a mess, but then people leaving a mess and blaming you for it is like, infuriating.
To such an extreme degree of like bopping me on like the side, like on my ear while I'm trying to drive. Like,
yeah.
Well, like not even like on an empty road. I'm like making a turn while he's doing it. It's like,
oh my goodness.
It's like, do you want to die? Like, what the fuck is going on? But yeah, no, I never speak to him, and oh god, it's wonderful. That's kind of a happy story. Yesterday I did a 12 days of Christmas workout with my cousin.
Woo!
And
getting buff.
yeah, so it was 12 Days of Christmas is like you do. It's like the song, I guess. I guess theoretically the song goes the first day of Christmas, then it goes the second day, and then you say what happened on the first day again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Yes.
that's how the workout was. It was like
Just adding on more and more stuff.
yeah. So it was like one of one exercise for the first day, and then the second day is two of well he made it like he made it harder because he couldn't really think of exercises that you could just do two of. He had me do one push-up, and then I did 2 sets of 8 curls.
Oh my god.
so it was more right, but it would be too easy with just two exercise, and then it was 3 was 30 seconds of crunches, and then 4 was like hip thrusts or something, like hip thrusts for like a certain amount of time, and then I don't know, 5 I think was dips, and then 6 was I don't remember. It was like there was rows and chest presses and floor presses and stuff. I think 12 was like deadlifts with like free weights, which is kind of a weird way to do deadlifts, but apparently it's whatever. 8 maids a milking, is that part of the 12 Days of Christmas?
Get some milk in. I want a white Christmas.
After the stream, I'll link the 12 Days of Canadian Christmas. Oh, in the Gilded server. Looking forward to it. Anyway,
Sweet.
if you
We gotta get to watching some Christmas movies too.
yes, we do.
We got a bunch that we can start on.
Anyway, I have no caffeine in my system, and so I think that'll be a stream. My God, I made it to 1 a.m.
And you just take tonight to relax, Adam. That's
Yeah.
a happy story.
That's
Just relaxing.
oh, I should have a happier story if there's a need of a happy story.
I think we're fine.
Okay. I guess. There's like a happy story I've already told before. Yeah, I feel like maybe you haven't heard. Yeah, you know what? I'll do a happy story I've already told that I probably forget some of the details from that I actually. Oh no, I have it. Well. Nah.
It's not a big thing.
My brain no worky.
And getting buff.
Yeah.
We watched movie with your dad and cousin and
Yeah, that was nice.
fun.
We watched Lady Ballers with my cousin and my dad. That was nice.
and Christmas coming up. So everything's going sweet. Maybe I'll put up another Burning Stars sale before the season's completely done with, you know. That would be happy.
We got 6 inches of snow over there in was that South Dakota? Dude, I'm jelly. Snow is great. Snow looks
Yeah.
so pretty.
I would have killed for a white Christmas when I was a kid.
Yeah.
That was like the dream that you saw in movies. It's like, oh man, I want to wake up one day to Christmas snow and then fucking make a snowman.
Have you never had that?
No.
Oh, I want to go back in time and snow. I feel like almost every Christmas was like a white Christmas
Oh.
where it's like snowing.
Yeah, I don't know. We would have like other days where it would snow, but then it would melt. And then when Christmas would come, all the snow would be gone.
We had one Christmas that it was like 80 degrees or something. I remember we went to our grandparents' house and like there was a guy over there who was washing his car with his shirt off, and I was like Merry Christmas, and he started laughing. He was like, I know, right? This weather's crazy. But You're all welcome to come here and shovel my driveway. But why shovel your driveway? You should just have a bigger car. Oh, North Dakota. Even snowier.
Mm.
It looks pretty not if you have to deal with it. You shovel? Dude, why don't you have a flamethrower?
Why don't you have one of those riding snowblower things?
Yeah.
That's what my dad got for his big ass driveway.
You
It snows
should-
a lot up the mountains.
You should just get, like,
Then you can have
an
fun.
air cannon.
You can have fun while you're getting rid of the snow, man. It's awesome. You get to ride around in a little tiny car while you're blowing snow. They're expensive. I don't know. He managed to get one at a cheap price. So I guess somebody's reselling them.
Dude.
I think it's a worthy investment if you get
If,
a lot of snow.
I feel like we have a snowblower, but my dad is like, nah, I gotta shovel it. So.
Yeah.
I
You could also use a leaf blower, I suppose, if the snow is really light.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know.
Anyway, I had a bunch of snowy Christmases.
That's nice.
My parents were always like, ugh, we have to, like, drive. So we don't know. Ugh, snow. Ugh. And it's like, boo, adults are gay. Snow, good.
Work
Woo!
from home, loser.
But it's like Christmas, so it's like, you're supposed to be happy. It's woo, snow, woo.
Woo!
It was never a lot of snow. Like, we never had a Christmas where we were, like, snowed in, like, couldn't
Yeah, right.
leave. But
It was more so like a dustin or
yeah, it was like the snow was like, it had snowed previously, so the snow was high, but it was just like the snow was actually coming down on the road. It was like not even an inch, but it looks beautiful because it's just like ding 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 ding,
right.
and it's just like
It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Southern California only snows in the mountains. Well, I guess you gotta get up on that mountain then, Jamie. Or just, go somewhere cold. That's the plan for me and Adam. Gonna live somewhere nice and cold.
fuck yeah. Yeah. Anyway, if you need caffeine, drink it unless you're me and are detoxing. If you need Christmas gifts, go to Trisha's website. There's stuff there.
Or Adam's website.
Yeah.
He has books.
Trisha's
Look
got
at our
the
books.
Trisha's
They're
got the
literally right in front of you.
Trisha's got the international shipping.
Yeah,
figured out.
gotta shoot shipping for code out.
So
Yeah.
there's that, and then there was something else. I don't remember what. Oh, if you need happy stories, my YouTube channel has some happy stories sprinkled in there. So I had to edit more videos for that. I have one that's just open forever. Probably has crashed by now. Just have the editor whenever the screen changes, it always just crashes the DaVinci. But I don't know. Anyway,
Crashes are a part of video editing.
I'll eventually finish another one about a very curious character from my school.
Woo!
Anyway, you guys have a fantastic night.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.